Welcome back. It's been a long time since we last did this. We've had a 2-week break, but we're back with round 4 of the International GT League. The next race here is the first of 2 races in Italy, the first being the Autodrome Lago Maggiore, and the next being Monza. 12 laps we have then. Let's look at the championship. Kill 'em all still has a 10-point advantage heading into this race, with Squave David in 3rd. BG 28 is 32.5 points off, but Frosty down in 4th. We've got a few new drivers entering as well, and there's a lot of people who haven't actually done a race yet. So let's begin with the 4th round of the International GT League. It's Alex F. DeLarge on pole position then, and Lukman Ali in 2nd. The lights go green, and they're off! It's a brilliant start from BG 28, and the Citroën dives it down the middle of everyone. Alex F. DeLarge keeps the lead though. Lukman drops to 3rd place as BG 28 jumps ahead of everyone. It looks like he's just been pushed, and Pison's round. Pison has spun, and he's now facing the wrong way. There must have definitely been contact there. Troop 127 drops to the back. So does Pattinson. So then, Lukman Ali then, down to 4th. BG 28 gets up into 3rd from 5th after a solid start. Here comes Extra Frosty then, chasing down Alex F. DeLarge, who slams it out on the exit to turn 3. Heading down the hill into turn 4. Troop 127, one of the few debutants in this race. As there's him and Racer Tay, who both are starting their International GT League debut then. There's BG 28 under immense pressure from Lukman Ali's head. Up the hill, Racer Tay just in the background then. So Lukman Ali, the man who can possibly take the championship lead, but he needs to win this one to keep himself in championship contention. We run on board through the S's. You can see he sort of lost a lot of time to him there. I think he just slightly lifted off. BG 28 going all the way out across that white line. Then they accelerate over the top of the hill before they head down the hill, before they head up the hill again. There's a massive elevation change here in Maggiore. There we go then. So Lukman Ali on the back of BG 28. I think it's just a bit too far back to go for it. Robo spun, and Robo 28 is round. He's facing the wrong way. Disastrous as he's dropped out of the top 3 yet again with Lukman Ali on the first lap. This time though, there wasn't any penalties to be given out, because if you remember back in Dragon Trail, which is 2 weeks ago, so cast your mind back to that, Lukman Ali spun BG 28 on the first lap and dropped him all the way down to 3rd. In fact, not out of 3rd, sorry. So then Alex F. DeLarge, pole position, and he's now sat in the lead at the end of the first lap. He's in the lead then. Extra Frosty's in 2nd place then, and Lukman Ali moves back into 3rd after starting on the front row. Good chance for Lukman Ali to try and take the championship lead. Here we go with debutant Racer Tay with the other Beetle of Pattinson, 1990. BG 28 comes around the final corner, and Troop 127, the only Italian manufacturer driver in the league, who's chosen to go with the Lamborghini Huracan. Not a strong debut for Troop, but for Racer Tay, he's up into 4th, which is pretty solid. I mean, he started down in 6th. Pison 1990 then, 2 Beetles, then there's Lukman right on the back of Extra Frosty, flashing his lights. Although I don't think Frosty's in any position to get out of his way today. It's Purple Sector 1, however, they did start their lap, so they're not going to set the strongest of laps at the start off the grid. Lukman Ali's chasing down Extra Frosty then. Is he going to go for it through the S's? He looks like he's lining him up, shaping him up for 2nd place. We go as we cut from the back shot of Extra Frosty. You can see just over the rear wing. There goes Lukman Ali, looking very threatening down the straight as they head up and down the hill. Then as we cut to Lukman Ali for some reason, as we come, oh never mind, the camera's just trying to figure out what's going on. There goes Lukman Ali. He's having a look. He's having a look. He doesn't quite go for it, but he's switched it back. He's done the switch back on the exit and has made the move stick. He's done it. He's up in a 2nd. Lukman Ali takes 2nd place on lap 2 of 12. Strong start for Lukman Ali. After dropping slightly back, he's slowly making his way up the order, slowly but surely. Here he goes then. Next up is Alex F. DeLarge. He's going to turn his sights back onto Alex now for the win. There's Pison 1990 and Racer Tay. Pison has overtook Racer Tay somewhere. So then, now there's Extra Frosty. So there's Extra Frosty then in 3rd place. Lukman Ali's in 2nd. 1st place for Alex F. DeLarge. Pison 1990's in 4th. 5th place is Racer Tay. So then Lukman Ali's here now with Alex F. DeLarge, who's gone out onto the grass, and he's just gone out onto the exit at turn 2, and that gives him an opportunity to go for it into turn 3, and he's done it. Lookman Ali goes for first place and he's taken it. Lookman Ali now leads the race here at Maggiore. The first of 2 Italian races then. Extra Frosty's in third now, on the back of Alex F. Delage, heading down the hill into turn 4 as you sweep round. Goes up the hill, hooks up that outside apex on the exit, flies it round. I think they're going side by side up the hill with Lookman Ali just in front. He's not quite got him yet. So then follows him through. He's going to line him up, just to probably get him how Lookman got Frosty heading into the hairpin. This is some really close battling for the top 3. They are really close together, and all one of these 3 drivers could go for it. It's most likely looking like it could be a 2-stop strategy in the race. You think it might be, but there goes Frosty. He's pulled over to the inside. He's pulled over to the inside and has made it. He's made it stick, and Alex has gone on the exit of the hairpin. He's spun on the exit of turn 10, the turn 10 hairpin now. Frosty now moves up into second place. Paxton stays in 4th with a gap to rest here then. So, Alex F. Delage drops from 1st on the grid to 3rd place now on lap 3. I think not very good race for him. He wants some crucial points. And so, let's take a look at the replay of the start. You can see there's the lights building up. They switch green. Now watch PG Robert 28 moves to the middle. Gets a good run on everyone, moves almost into the lead, and then as they head into the corner, yeah, there was contact. Paxton just hits him, then gets hit round, and then gets T-boned by Troop. And that's how Paxton ended up in last place, and so he slowly moved his way up then. Alright, so now we're on board with Pattinson 1990. Let's see it from his perspective. It's an okay start. If you just look to your left, you see BJ28 flying down the middle of everyone. Almost looks as though he jump-started that start. It was just from 5th, and he looks like your Paxton's just, he's either missed his brake man, then gets spawned, and it's disastrous from him. Now with PG Robert 28. Yep, he's gone. He shoots off, and then just look at the start. He's definitely got the best start of everyone there. He's almost as though he jump-started, as you said. Paxton, I think he just brakes a lot later than everyone, pushes him out wide, and that gives Frosty the position. Now we're on board with Troop 127, the debutant in the Huracan. Lights go green, and you'll just watch BG28 shoot off into the front. I think the initial launch from Troop was almost good and is better than Paxton. Just watch Paxton on your right. He does just brake a lot later, then gets spun right in front of him. So Troop, really, there's nothing he can really do to avoid that. That was going to happen. So now we're on board with Lookman Ali, who started 2nd, is now in the lead. So he's off. Lookman Ali sets off. You're going to see BJ20 shoot past on your left. There he goes in the Citroen. Moves up into 2nd, and then bang, there goes Pattinson. Bang, and then bang. So there was just contact everywhere, especially involving Pattinson 1990 then. So we're now on board with Lookman Ali. This is how he, on lap 2 now, this is how he got into 2nd place. Yeah, there he goes. 2nd, cuts it back on the inside because he has the natural driving line as Frosty goes defensive. Now this is how he gets into the lead, on board with Lookman. Goes over, yep, that's fine by him really. Yeah, Alex just spins it up on the grass, and then you'll see Lookman go through. In fact, I think he cut the corner there. I think Lookman Ali might have cut the corner and gained an advantage. He definitely gained some advantage. Anyway, so Extra Frosty 2nd then. Lookman Ali 1st, as we saw Extra Frosty got in front. So we head on to lap 4 then. We're a 1/3 of the way through this race. So it's all very calm at the moment, no real dramas going on. We're on lap 4 of 12, so it's still early days in this race, so we don't have a definitive winner at the moment. It's still very close, and I think anyone in the top 3 can go ahead and win. It's gonna, looks like it could turn out to be a strategic one. Now, with Kill 6666666 of all not actually in the race, this is actually a good chance for any of the drivers to gain some points over him. The most in particular, Lookman Ali, who stayed in 2nd in the Drivers' Championship for the first 3 races. So he's going to want a good result, and if he wins the moment, it looks like he can actually go for it and take the win. So we're on board now with Extra Frosty. And he spun it on the curb. Easy mistake there. He turned in, accelerated at the same time over the curb, and he's just spun it and lost a lot of time now to Lookman Ali. Alex F. Delage, he's in third, then just sitting back, so he's not out of this race. He's definitely down the order, especially compared to where he started after a mega qualifying lap managed to put him on pole position, his first pole position. Oh, he's off! And Frosty's off! Extra Frosty goes off the track and he's gone well off into the sand trap. Just wanted to go play in the sandcastle, with sandcastles or something in the sand. And he's lost a position. Alex F. Delage shoots up in a second. One mistake and it can be proved very costly when their field is as tight as this. Now Pattinson 1996 in 4th place at the moment. Restate's debut when he's in the Beetle. Here he comes then round in 5th place. And Bravo's round! P028 is round yet again. You can see the tracks where Extra Frosty went off. Traversed off into the middle of the track. He's just stopped. He trying to get the car going in the right direction. Yeah, I think, yep, there he goes. He's now gone round. And Frosty's in. As you can see on your graphic. In comes Extra Frosty. The first of the leaders to pit in. Pattinson 1990 comes in on the same lap. He was on the super softs and had more fuel than Frosty. So Frosty, I think it's the case of the Beetle being better on its fuel or something. They're not in the same race. The M6 though, as Lookman and Extra Frosty have both said that it's one more Extra Frosty, that it is a very thirsty machine, that BMW M6. It's very thirsty on its fuel. It uses a lot of fuel. So then, 4th place for Extra Frosty, drops behind Restay, who hasn't made a pit stop. As we head toward the midpoint of this race, this result could prove costly for a lot of people in this result. And there's Troopy's off as we're just cutting down the field. BJ28 is down in 6th. He started 5th. He's actually dropped one position after it appears he's just been spinning around all over the place. His car does not look stable in the slightest. Restay then, 3rd place in his debut. He's already in the top 3. Proves he's a very competent racer. So there's Alex F. Delage in 2nd. Lookman Ali, who leads this race. This man has a real shot at the Drivers' Championship lead heading into the halfway point in the season. This is actually the halfway race. It's round 4 of 8, and it looks like it's shaping up to be an interesting title fight. If Killamall, who says he will be returning for the next round, which is in the Autodrome Nazionale di Monza. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Forgive my Italian, I'm not Italian, so if I probably butchered that language, but anyway, into the pits he comes. The end of lap 5. Alex F. Delage, does he continue on? He looks to have been fuel conserving, as how much fuel does he have when he comes in? He's actually got a lot more. Alex F. Delage has way more fuel than Lookman Ali in that first stint. Racete comes in. Do you think... I wonder if one of the top 2, or... Well, now Racete goes on to lead this race. Where does Extra Frosty come out in relation to these two? Racete leads the result. Leads the race. Alex F. Delage is not moving yet, but Lookman Ali is. And so Extra Frosty gets back ahead. Because Frosty must have undercutted Alex F. Delage. So the undercut may be the strategy to go with. He's right on the back of his fellow M6 driver, Lookman Ali. The only non-British driver is Alex F. Delage, so he's kind of doing this for the rest of the world, really. Racete sits in the lead. He's leading his first ever race in the International GT League. That's definitely an achievement. Not many people can say that they led their debut race, but Racete can, even if it's not for long. We're halfway through this race now. Halfway through the halfway race. Here, on board with Lookman Ali, just listen here. Yeah, he keeps it flat all the way through there, but he's got the run on Racete. Is he going to line him up? Racete does very little in the way of defending, as we can just see him getting sliding past on the outside. Racete did not move his car at all. Does he know he's not in that fight? Possibly an Extra Frosty, I think, cutting the corner there, and he's dripped it out wide. BW28, oh, what the heck is the camera doing? Oh, Racete's fighting back down the inside. Switches to the outside for the next corner. into turn 12 as they head round for the 13th corner. This final sector where sometimes you're just constantly turning. You never want to really straighten up your car in this. If you want to get a good time, you just switch in the direction here as you head through the penultimate corner. So Extra Frosty does get in front of Rest in the background there. And so Rest drops to 3rd place now. Troop 127 in the pits as well. Rest then comes out the final corner, dips his tyre on the grass. Doesn't affect him too much. Lookman Ali leads the race. So Lookman Ali leads. Extra Frosty's in 2nd. Alex F. Delage is in 3rd now. Patterson 1990 is in 4th. 5th is Racer 2, might stay out even longer, I think. So now we beg the question of strategy then. What strategies will these guys be on? The one stop could be the quicker strategy, but you could possibly make the 2-stop work as well. Now, I'm not 100% sure what the strategies will be as we see Peter 28 going slowly up the hill. Loveman Ali did pit in on the same lap as Alex. I think Frosty's been sort of... I think the lap that he pitted in sort of forced his hand into a 2-stop, and Pattinson goes off and he's hit the wall on the exit at turn 4. He comes back on track very slowly as he's got severe damage to the car. I think he's going really slowly now. It doesn't look like... It looks like Pattinson 1990, his race could be over here at Maggiore. As there goes Racer Tay, the other Beetle, flying up the hill. He's stopped, he's rolling backwards, he's out. Yeah, Pattinson 1990 has left the race. His race is over, as you just saw coming through the bottom of your screens then. Peter 28 are almost about to be a lap down as we cut to the onboard shot now of Extra Frosty. Following through final sectors, you can see the turning, constantly turning the car in one direction or another through these next couple of corners. You pretty much never straighten up your car. You can just see Peter 28 in the distance, about to be a lap down. On the onboard shots then, breaks down into the final corner. Here we go. Does he get it? He's drifted well out. He's drifted out wide on the exit of the final corner. Did he gain an advantage from that? He might have done. Anyway, so Extra Frosty moves up into 2nd place now. He is in 2nd. With Lookman Ali never really moved up into 2nd. Blue flag's just about, that will be for the Citroen driver of BJ Robertson. He's really going to want to need a better result here. He's really not getting decent results out of these races so far. And although the highest he's finished is 5th, which is where he is at the moment. So he's not really had a good race season so far. Car doesn't seem to want to work with him, especially here at Maggiore. He obviously struggled in Dragon Trail after being taken out in the first lap. Lookman did get punished for that. The stewards aren't taking into any notice of any incidents here. Reste drifts off the track coming out of turn 3. Alex F. Delage in 3rd, sort of raced around on his own. It's not been the best of races for him. I mean, he started on pole, and since he got overtaken twice and after the pit stops, the first round of pits, he's just seemingly fallen back. Peter 28 there, you can see out the way, and now has Lookman Ali letting him through. He's going to probably want to stay with him. He keeps it facing the right direction out the turn 10 hairpin. Through turn 11, these turns 11 and 12 are flat as yet. Into the final sector, you fling it out, right out to the exit. You can use as much of the track as you want. I don't know what that was for. So then, you can use as much of the track as you want. So as we head through turns 13, 14, 15 then, heading down into the final corner, turn 16 off my counting. I may have miscounted a couple of corners. But anyway, the final corner, it's fully round, you have to try and go around. And Extra Frosty's in! He's in yet again. The undercut worked for him the first time round. Will it work for him this time to get ahead of Lookman? And with Lookman fuel saving, Alex F. Delage looks like he could have enough fuel to go to the very end of this race. Yeah, well, that would make an interesting dynamic, because I don't think Lookman does, and that could cost him. Where does Race Tay come out in relation to Extra Frosty? I mean, Frosty come out in relation to where Race Tay. Has he got in front? I'm not sure where he is. Yeah, he has. Yes, he has. Extra Frosty not falling behind Race Tay, as you see him there staying in 4th. So then, Alex F. Delage could possibly on a one stop. There is Extra Frosty's second stop. I think that should tie him over to the end of the race. So shouldn't need another pit stop in this race, should Frosty, unless, of course, he has. Shouldn't be an extra scheduled pit stop at the end of this race. So then, as you see, here he goes. Is Luckman coming? It's going to be difficult to tell. I reckon his tyres, if he's going to risk it, his yellow flags, BG28 going slower. I think if Luckman wanted to risk it, stay on his tyres till the end, he can pit in, do a quick splash and dash and get back out again. But BG28 tried that, not the splash and dash, stayed in the same tyres, and that did not work. You can hear the helicopter blades there from the shot. Yeah, BG28 tried to stay on the same tyres after a pit stop in the race, and that did not work at all in the slightest. He ended up forcing into, what was it, 3 stops in the end, because he tried to get an advantage in the pit stops that ultimately cost him a strong result in this race. Not doing well here is BJ Roberts 28 or Troop 127. They're both a long way behind now, having a competitive race here. Extra Frosty flying out now into the next section, goes in through turn 14, switches it back the other direction through 15 as you fly down the hill into 16 as we now board. Watch Racer Tear coming through turns 15. 15. Troop 127 through the turn 10 hairpin spun. The hairpin, it goes up a hill, it's massively. Is it on camber? I believe he's slammed back. And there goes his damage to the rear of the car. Heading toward the end of this race now. There's 3 laps remaining. Vote in the comment section below who you think will get driver of the day in this race. So as we're coming toward the end, who do you think will get driver of the day? Also, something we should tell you, if you happen to play Gran Turismo Sport and you want to be involved in the International GT League, let us know. Send us a message. My name is BJ Robert 28 on PSN. I thought I'd give that a little advertisement as we're not actually doing it, watching much racing here. So then, Alex F. Delage, we're watching him heading down the hill into the hairpin at turn 10. Troop 127 in the pits. In the pits then, here comes Upman Ali, leads the way. Alex F. Delage in second, so is Upman gonna win at some point? Frosty, there he goes in third. He's on lap 10. Alex F. Delage, he's second place at the moment. He's spinning it, he's cut the corner there, he's at turn 15. So at the end of the lap, he's cut the corner and gone off the track. I think he just got a bit of a tank slapper coming out of 14 or something, and lost unstable the car, and just the nature of 14 15, it's somewhat like a chicane, just high speed change of direction. It's not too difficult of a corner, but if you lose your rear stability all of a sudden at the turn 14, it doesn't set you up well for a good run through 15. This gives Luckman a good chance now to go for the win. Less pressure now as Alex F. Delage loses more time. He's not really under much pressure at the moment, just cruising around to possibly take his second consecutive win as we join Extra Frosty going off. I wonder what just happened there. That could have been a number of things. I'm sure we'll get a replay at some point showing us what happens. We see Racer Tech win through into 4th. So here we are. Oh, we're watching a replay. This is Extra Frost. I wonder if this is the incident that we just caught. It's looking good now. Oh, he's gone onto the grass in the exit turn 2 and he's hit the wall. We're just gonna. Here we go then. On the onboard, he's following Peter over 28 into the first corner. Comes out turn 2. Oh, looking good so far. And then I think just goes slightly out wide. Gets onto the grass as he's accelerated onto the grass, and that's put him into the wall. So we're back to the race then on lap 11 of 12, the penultimate lap. We're really closing in on the end of this race. Extra Frosty signing 3rd place at the moment. Alex F. Delage is in 2nd. I'm not sure if Alex will be able to go to the end. I'm pretty sure Alex will. We're saying Frosty's got damage there due to his incident. That seems to have magically repaired itself now then. Lookman Ali, will Lookman be able to get himself to the end? BJ28 just there, he's about to be a lap down on Extra Frosty as well. He's definitely having a horrible time of a race here, is BJ Robot 28. There's Alex F. Delage. Lookman Ali then cruising for, and he's not, because he's getting his red fuel light. So Lookman Ali is going to have to pit in with 1 lap to go. Now this can make extremely strategic decisions. Does he choose to change his tyres to a fresh set of tyres or not? Because if he changes his tyres so if he changes his tyres, then it'll be an even longer pit stop and pushes Alex F. Large to get into the lead more. But if he does, then he'll have faster, fresher rubber. Here comes Alex. It looks like he's going to get into the lead anyways. Lookman Ali in the pits. He's refueling at some point now. I'm not sure if he's changing his tyres or not. So here comes Alex then to lead, heading on to the final lap. The race has really come to him. Out comes Lookman Ali, and he has. He's changed his tyres onto a fresh set of softs. So he's going to really go for it now on Alex F. Delage. If he can get the fastest lap at the end, he'll also get an extra half point, as we're only getting half points yet again in the race, because no one's really showing up. So if you want to be a part of the league, let us know so that you can. So Lookman Ali, second place then. Extra for Alex F. Delage inherits the lead then. This is going to be battle heading on to the final lap of the race. And so through turn 4, Lookman's going to really need to keep it tidy here to go for the race win. He's going to want to go for the race win, and so Alex F. Delage, who currently leads, he holds it over Lookman Ali. This is currently advanced. We got on board now. Is he going to get him into the turn 10 hairpin? He's made so many moves before. We're looking on the back of Alex F. Delage. Very little defensive driving from Alex, who holds it on the outside. Lookman Ali moves to the inside. He's got him before they even get into the braking zone. And Lookman Ali's got him into the lead on the final lap, just before they head into the final section. Lookman is going to take yet another victory in this championship. This puts him into the lead of the Drivers' Championship if he takes the win, if he doesn't mess it up in this final sector. So, Lookman Ali is about to take the race win. Could take the race win here at the Autodrome Lago Maggiore. The first of 2 Italian races in the league, and the second of the European races then. We had Dragon Trail, which is on the coast of Croatia. Here comes Lookman Ali to win the Autodrome Lago Maggiore. Alex F. Delage comes home in second. Troop finishes his debut in 6th. Frosty's there in 3rd. It looks like Resta's going to get 4th. BJ28 spinning it yet again in 5th. That was a very exciting race at times, and it really came into its own with the strategy that came out on its own there toward the end. Lookman Ali went for a 2-stop, which ultimately came through. 2-stop ultimately pulled through to become the faster strategy in the end to win, was a 2-stop. Alex F. Delage, the only driver I believe that managed to make the 1-stop work, and was definitely in a chance to win. I reckon he could have defended probably a bit harder into turn 10 and gone for the win. So Lookman Ali gets his 2nd race win of the season, his 2nd back-to-back win, and so it looks like this is shaping up an exciting championship. So you want to subscribe so you do not miss a single episode of what's going to be an exciting championship fight between Kill666 from all and Lookman Ali, as it looks like it could all go down to the wire in Suzuka. You don't want to miss it, so like the video if you enjoyed this race, subscribe if you want to see all the other races, and comment down below who you think got driver of the day, who drove the best. So then, Lookman Ali wins. He's the race winner yet again, and here in Maggiore. So, your official results page say Lookman Ali took the victory, Alex F. Delage got 2nd, and Frosty rounded out the podium. Race Day had an interesting debut, getting 4th, whereas Troop had a debut to forget, down in 6th. Extra Frosty in the end got his first fastest lap in the league. This was a strong result then for all 6 drivers. Pattinson unfortunately didn't finish the race. BJ28 didn't technically finish, but he got 5th in the end. So then, Lukman Ali moves to the top of the championship tables by 2.5 points. Squave David remained as he didn't actually go anywhere. Alex F. Delage moves up from 7th to 5th and is only half a point clear of BJ Robo 28. That's an exciting race there then. BJ Robo 28 and Alex F. Delage will definitely be racing for it in Monza. The next race, which will be next week at Monza, and we've got a fair few championship battles waiting to be resolved, heading into the second of the 2 Italian races, as we head into the second half of the first season of the International GT League.